Welcome to Runny Eggs Gaming. I am your host, Liquid Mercury, and today we are playing a very fun arcade side-scrolling beat-em-up. It's called Vengeance. Wait for it. Hunters.
Vengeance Hunters.
I hope you'll enjoy this game today. I'm going to be playing through 3 separate characters and showing lots of gameplay. As you can see, you can pick from Golem, Looney, or Candy. I decided to start with Looney because he looked pretty cool. I will be jumping through the 3 different characters' gameplay modes as we move forward. Each character has unique abilities and unique combat. If you're familiar with most beat-em-ups, each character has light, heavy attacks, and a special attack. Hang on, something doesn't feel right. This is how it's meant to be played. Much better. Now, what was I saying again? Right, so Looney is your basic medium attacks. Golem is your heavy attacker. It's clearly a robot, clearly super cool, tons of awesome attacks. Each character has a rush attack, a jump attack. Some of the attacks you can combo together to do special spinning or throwing attacks. Golem has some very unique grapple attacks that let you either grab the character and throw it at other enemies, or grab an enemy and toss him over your back and slam him onto the ground. Here we have some Candy gameplay. She is your light type character. She's very fast, very agile, and her special attack literally lets you cartwheel into an uppercut, which keeps all the combos moving very quickly. Out of the 3 characters, she definitely fits my gameplay style the best, but each character has their strong suits and abilities that every player may find and like. As you progress through the game, there are different enemy types and different areas that mix up the gameplay to keep you on your toes. There's traps, there's heavy enemies that spit things at you, there's exploding enemies. It all keeps the game very fresh and forces the player to evolve their tactics as they progress further into the game. I found myself at first having a little bit of trouble stringing together combos, but as I got to know each character and learned their combos and different abilities, I really found it enjoyable and very fluid to play. As you can tell, this game looks like something that was developed for the Neo-Geo, and that's because it was, and then it was ported to other consoles. I was also told by the devs that this game, unlike most games like it, is not just a ROM, but runs on its individual apps on each console. Another cool thing I really liked about this game is as you progress and find items in the environment by breaking barrels or canisters, you find different special weapons. In this clip right here, you can see that I found a missile launcher that hovers over the character's head, and I can press the special ability button to activate the missiles at any time I want. Later on, you'll see some gameplay of me using a flamethrower. It's very enjoyable to use. I won't spoil this whole boss fight, but I will show you some of the mechanics. Each boss has their own abilities and minions, and you have to learn how best to defeat them. I will say, for someone who's played a fair bit of 2D side-scrolling arcade games in my time, this game feels very unique. The enemies feel like I've never seen something quite like this before in a video game, but still familiar. There's a bit more gameplay in the desert as I progressed, and just like most games, who can resist an exploding barrel of TNT? As I said before, Candy is some of my favorite gameplay in this game. She kind of gives me an X-23/Wolverine vibe. She even has an attack where she tackles the enemy to the ground and stabs them extra to make sure they're dead. She even has a spinning claw attack. Another really cool thing about this game that I learned is that since there are 3 different characters you can play through the game with, there are also 3 different endings that you can unlock depending on what character you use and even what difficulty you play through the game on. And like any good 2D beat 'em up, that's right, they have a racing minigame. Overall, I'd have to say I'm very impressed with this 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up. It really feels like a classic arcade game that I grew up playing in the 90s. I hadn't mentioned this yet, but there is local co-op, which is always a must for a 2D side-scrolling game. Obviously, the goal is to complete each story with each character, rack up as many points as possible, and try not to get a game over after losing too many lives. I did die a couple times on my playthroughs, but each time you die, you can switch your characters if you want to, but you have a limited number of lives. I left this embarrassing game over in here just to remind everybody that you don't have to beat it on the first time through. This ain't a race, this is for fun. It's just a game after all. But thanks for joining me today. This was Vengeance Hunters. I really appreciate you watching the video. Please subscribe so you can see more like this. Like and comment and let me know what you think. Thanks again. See you next time.